Yeah, so I just got back from oh gosh, 2 weeks in the United States and 2 weeks traveling around Hokkaido. And now I gotta get back. I shouldn't say I have to get back because I really want to get back to working around around the house. We've been neglecting it quite a bit. I'm gonna go ahead and walk around and ramble a little bit about my little, I guess, our trip. Observations. Mainly, I guess I kind of want to talk about some of the observations about being back in the United States and traveling around Hokkaido. I guess I'll start with the Hokkaido part. Absolutely great. Loved it. I've been releasing those videos little by little. It takes a while, folks, to edit out. Like maybe, there's probably about 2 hours of footage, and that gets broken down to 30 minutes or on around that much. So if you do appreciate that kind of time and effort that folks like me, us that try to share our experiences, go ahead and give us a thumbs up, at least for effort. But in the meanwhile, let's go and walk around here and check out how things look. And again, just kind of ramble on a little bit about our trip. It looks like while we're gone, this rose bush grew at least a couple feet. Look at these beautiful roses. Yeah, this one just grows really, really fast. Maybe it was not the best location to put this one. You can see it's really thick on the bottom. Before I left, I pruned all the way down to like this height right here. And all this, I need to do some weeding. Yeah, that's the whole part of living here in the countryside. You get all that kind of stuff, all these weeds. But the good thing is, I found this really good, reliable young guy that has been helping us with let's see, cutting the grass and everything around the house, which is really great. Young guy, and has really been a lifesaver, and so kind of has helped me out quite a bit with that. So now I just come back and do more of the basic stuff. He also helped me chop some wood and stuff like that. So I'm going to keep on employing him if he wants over the winter for other chores. And it's a good thing because get some work off for me, because if you have followed us before, I still work full time, and so I get to employ a local guy, at least part-time. So let's go ahead and weed around here a little bit, at least get to some of these bigger weeds. This one is doing absolutely gorgeous. This one, not so much, probably too small. But I mentioned this in the previous video, but this is a hibachi. Back when they used to put coal in there and warm up the houses. But I drilled some holes, and look at this. Really big, bigger than I expected. And I got the second one, and actually a third one I just haven't been able to get around to. I got that from the Bentons. The Benton homestead, folks, and they came to visit, and they gave me those. Need to clean up here around rose garden as well. But I want to go check out my kiwi and the grapes real quick. Yeah, so for reference, right now it's end of September, and this every season is really cool in Japan. Has different type of flowers and vegetation growing. It's really interesting, cool to see. Like right now, soon the farmers will be harvesting the rice. But one thing I like around here, I need to propagate some more of these, but there's beautiful little flowers. I can't remember the name, folks. If you can remind me, ask my wife later on. She tells me every year and I keep forgetting. But these come out really nicely everywhere. And also, here we walk around the higambana season. The what are the spider lilies? Really beautiful in this area. And it's always a problem because I want to keep the grass under control, but also want to let the higambana grow. This is just pretty. We have been getting quite a bit of rain. This is another project I need to work on. Before I left, it was a little hole, and now the water has eroded all that. I need to get to that this weekend. And here too, got a little erosion going on here. Soon I'll be working on this side right here is my garden. I've been meaning well, but so right here is where my cilantro garden is going to go. I had tomatoes going, and I'm just gonna keep this straight for cilantro and herbs. And then still, I've been talking about working on kind of a little trellis here, roofing, self-watering, and then another garden over here. But I ran out of time before the summer approached, so I just went with it. But hopefully here soon I'll start working all of this so that by next year, hopefully it's better. Oh, so you see all these little sprouts everywhere. You see these? That's the higambana everywhere, and it gets really pretty. And check out my tunas, my cactus that I got. I got 2 of them on Amazon Japan, and this Mexican eats his nopales and nopalitos. If you know what nopalitos are, it's basically like cactus, the little tender ones. And also tuna. I forgot what tuna is called in English. I need to do a little work here on the kiwi. I planted these earlier this year. Look at it, it wrapped around really nicely. Looks like it's wrapping around here a little bit longer. But while I'm doing that, let me go ahead and talk a little bit about, let's see. Again, Hokkaido was really cool. I think Hokkaido is kind of like the land of the bucket list, I guess. I don't know how else to call it. We met a lot of cool people where they're pursuing their dreams, traveling, that type of stuff. Definitely going back. Observations of the States, quite frankly, last time I was in the States was during COVID, and man, the experience was just aggravating. It seems like everyone was just, which, you know, understandably, everyone was just so angry, negative. So I was dreading going back, quite frankly. And folks, I do not talk about politics, and I was dreading those kind of conversations that people would probably want to talk about politics. But no, actually it was not that bad for the most part. People were still nice, all good. I'm glad to be back in the States, but quite frankly I was ready to be back. But again, some of my observations, you know, I really enjoyed, let's see, kind of the, let's see, relaxed attitude of Americans, right? You know, you can say hello to everybody, strangers and whatnot. Here in Japan, if you walk around the street and you just say hello to strangers, people kind of look at you like you're a little bit funny. In the countryside, not so much, but yeah. So kind of missed that about the States, and it was kind of cool to go back and kind of friendly. Plus, we were in North Carolina for a couple days, so you know, got the southern hospitality, which was really cool. But that was good. But man, one of the things I noticed, like, it's just so darn expensive. Everything is expensive. Houses have gotten way too expensive. Interest rates too expensive. Salaries, I don't know if they're keeping up. Let me know in the comments if you don't mind. Let's go over here to the grapes. Portions, food portions, it's huge. Oh my God, no wonder us Americans we're so darn fat, to put it nicely. It looks like this one's grabbing on. I gotta let it grab on and let it do its thing. Catch on to this. Later I need to come and weed around here a little bit better. But yeah, the portions were just so big and so expensive. You go out to eat dinner for two, well over $100. You guys are probably, if you tune in from the States, you're probably thinking, like, what is this guy complaining about? That's the norm. Well, not if you've been living in Japan for 8 years. It's very expensive, and the portions are reasonable. It's like in the States, you always have like to go, but that was one observation. Just too darn expensive. Cost of living, taxes, rent, mortgages, real estate. Yeah. So it reinforced why I feel lucky to be living here in the countryside of Japan. Cost of living is pretty darn cheap. If you've been following us, you know, this house here, right there, we actually 3 years ago we started the renovation. It was vacant, and maybe I should take this down. And in short, we paid $35,000 for kind of sort of what you've seen. Put a good amount of money in the renovation, but that was by choice in a way. Our taxes are, excuse me. My taxes are, let's see, what I was trying to do. Figs. I'm gonna go get some figs. Taxes are about, yeah, $350 a year. Yeah, cost of living is pretty good, pretty cheap. So vehicles, much cheaper than the United States. Oh, vehicles, don't get me going about the vehicles. And I act like I've never been to the States before, but everything is so big. Trucks, no one drives F-150 anymore. 250s, 350s, a big freaking whatever. I'm like, my God, why do you need such a big truck? And I act surprised. Just everything so just exaggerated. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little negative. Maybe a little jealous. Not really. So this fig tree and this other one, I pruned them way down. And quite frankly, I was kind of concerned. And look at it. Wow. All the way there. So when I left, there was a, I don't know what this is. Bird poo or something. There was a lot of figs, and now I gotta cut some more. But yeah, talking about this young man that's been helping us while I was gone. He helped me chop a whole lot of wood down there, getting ready for the winter, folks. Yeah, and I don't own this. I'm basically borrowing it for free from the gentleman down the street. But I think we're gonna reach the point where we're gonna ask him if he would like to sell it. We haven't had that conversation yet, so. All right, let's get some figs. Got a good little amount. What I've been doing is I kind of scoop out the fruit and put it on a sheet and put them in the freezer, and then I use them for like protein shakes and stuff like that. But yeah, a good amount. Very soon we should be getting chestnuts and persimmons. Let's go ahead and check on those real quick while we're at it. But yeah, like I was talking about living in the States, the West. Folks, if you're not from the States, or if you're from the States too, please comment and let me know, how is the cost of living? How has it affected your ability to buy a house since, let's say, COVID? I think that's kind of what changed everything, right? In Japan, maybe not so much, but sorry, there's a little hump. Kicks my butt every time. But yeah, we went and checked because we were just curious about our old house, and it's doubled in price almost. Yeah, well over $600,000. You know, whew, I don't see myself paying that much money for a house like that anymore. Who knows? Yeah, but now that we got our chestnut tree area cleared out really nicely, I can actually come out and get a really nice view of it. Past couple years, this was full of weeds and other trees, so now it's much clearer, much nicer. Need to do a little bit better job at pruning down these chestnuts, but again, we just end up giving them away. Finding some of the local businesses, they use them as well for pastries, but the neighbors come first, and ourselves, friends, and then I'll give them away to business. It looks like the cherry trees survived the move. When we did this terracing right here, they were relocated. They survived quite well, which is nice to see. And it looks like it did not erode as bad as I thought it would. One of the projects we're going to be doing over the winter, since the grass won't be growing, is pick up all these stones and use them for here. Yeah, so let's go ahead and check on the blueberries and the persimmons we have going on over here. Again, a lot of folks, they like to use the persimmons for different stuff. This plum tree, well, it's not plum season. I gotta pull this one out by the roots here. I got a tripod system with the hoist to pull it out. I just need to get around to doing that here very soon. Yeah, but look at all these persimmon trees. Full. Here pretty soon we're gonna be picking them. These are the sweet, ooh, I bet you these are ready. Like this one right here. Ooh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, this one's ready to be eaten. Take that inside. And a bunch of them. These two, I scoop them up and freeze them as well, or put them in yogurt. Yeah. But I was told that the city will pay you to cut down these trees because bears like them too. I'm not sure if a bear is going to come here, but you never know. Now, see, check out the spider lilies. Higambana. Are they really pretty? Look at that. Very nice. And there are a few white ones, not many. And then soon our neighbors are going to be harvesting their rice. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at that. Speaking of rice, so you guys may remember Wade, another fellow American, building a house here in town, and they're working on their driveway. So maybe this weekend I'm going to go do some filming and get caught up with him. And then we're also going to temporarily put his rice refrigerator in my garage. I planted this lime and lemon and tangerine trees here. Hopefully they survive. I need to cover them up and put some mulch around them before it gets too cold. What do y'all recommend for covering them up? I was thinking about plastic, like clear plastic. I gotta do some research. Gotta cut some of these weeds here. But what was I saying? Oh, Wade. Yeah, so his house is going to start getting built soon, and he's first time ever planting rice, and he wishes to expand his empire here. So yeah, he is determined. So hopefully I'm gonna go visit him this weekend and go check on that. The suitcase got broken when we were coming back from the United States. I gotta throw that away. Let's see. Trying to finish up a few things before I go inside. But let's go check on our wood situation over there. But yeah, so I think let's go in here first. I think I'm going to clear out this area for Wade to put his refrigerator in here, or maybe find a different spot. I'm not quite sure, so that he can keep his rice fresh. He was on TV. There's this young American that wants to plant rice, and most Japanese don't want to do that. And his house is coming along, and I'll be recording that as well, so stay tuned for that. And neighbors are giving me more and more wood, which is really nice. Really appreciate it. Look at this, my good pile. Look at this. So at first, when we had our fireplace put in there, I was concerned that I was not going to get wood because it's expensive. It's expensive. I mean, let's say a little bundle, you're talking $6-7. Hopefully this is for next year, because this is this year wood. This is a couple years has been sitting outside, so yeah, so I'll be working on burning this winter. And little by little, I got this little splitter. Works really great. Some of these smaller chips, I'll be using them obviously for kindling, but also for mulch around my trees. So I have plenty. All this right here, I'll be using that as well. Good little pile going on there. So yeah, I guess back to wrap up my experience about going back to the United States. It was great. I love the United States. The United States has given me so many opportunities. Yeah, I always say that to me, the United States was a land of second, third, fourth, fifth, 10th opportunities to redeem yourself in life. I did not have a great, not bad, I'm not gonna say that. But yeah, I mean, you know, decisions that you make when you're young, as far as high school and college, and in some countries like Japan, if you don't start off right, your chances diminish. The United States still gives you that opportunity if you're willing to work hard. Go for it. Don't victimize yourself. You know, keep working, and eventually things will come around. I think that was the case for us. Right, folks. Yeah, so I'm working through those videos. We went to Hokkaido little by little. Hopefully you enjoy those. If you tune in because of traveling or just Japan, life in Japan in general, hopefully you enjoy that. If not, this is the countryside. And really enjoy it. All right, have a great day. Bye.